Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for stopping back by. What is up? I am Jay. Welcome to Square Pegs, and it is that time of the month again where we free a particular box from my good friends at Video Games Monthly from his priority mail prison. Now, I do want to apologize. This video is going to be a little bit lower energy than normal. I am just getting over some food poisoning. No multi-camera changes tonight. No ridiculous things like that. Just finding out the games. Work smarter, not harder, Jake. Work smarter, not harder. All right, so apologies to subscribers and to new viewers. I typically do 2 videos a week, and I just haven't had the energy this week. I'm really sorry. Like I said, I had food poisoning. I'm just coming down from that. But I wanted to get this one out because I do love doing the VGM videos, and they're fairly easy content to do. So how do I do these videos? What I do is I take what's in this box. I crack it open. It's a blind box draw. I show it to you on the camera. I can't read it because I'm ancient. And then we all laugh at my elderly eyes and we go about our business. I show you a little bit of gameplay, give you about a 60-second review for each game, and we go from there. What is Video Games Monthly, you might ask? Well, Video Games Monthly is a subscription service where you can get 3, 4, 5, or 10 games sent directly to your front door. This is not a rental service. You get to keep the games. A lot of people ask why I always mention that, and that's because people always ask me if I have to return the games, and no, I pay good money for these. They stay in my collection or they get flipped down the road. So what do you say? Let's crack this open. Let's find out what's inside. Now, I get games sent to me for the NES, the Famicom, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, the Wii U, the GameCube, the Dreamcast, the Genesis, the Master System, and something else I'm missing, I'm sure. I always forget something. But you can actually go onto the Video Games Monthly website, curate your collection, and they will send you copies of games you don't have. And if they do make a mistake, because they are humans, it does happen, you can just let them know, and they'll send you out a replacement game immediately, take care of you, and you'll be good to go. Joe and the gang over there are fantastic. They're good friends of the show, and I just appreciate the service they offer. But let's crack this open. Let's find out what's inside. All right. Feeling in, Hal. Everyone get your minds out of the gutter. All right. We are going to pull out our social card. Now, what does the social card say? The social card is a reminder, one, for you to update that list that you have curated on their website so you don't get sent duplicates. It also lets you know that if you post about your discovery, about your box that you receive from Video Games Monthly on social media, you'll be entered into a drawing to win a free 3-up box. That's right, 3 free video games sent directly to your front door from my friends at VGM. I'm very proud of myself for saying free 3-up box without screwing it up. That usually doesn't happen. One take, bitches. All right, let's find out what's inside. First, let's find our ephemera, because there's always some little piece of gobbledygook or thing for me to find. In this month, it feels like a sticker, so let's find out. Yay, it's the Mario gang as stickers. It's Princess Peach, Toad, Mario, and Yoshi. Why didn't we get Luigi? Whatever. That's still cool. I do like getting stickers. Stickers are always fun. And what do we have in the box this month? It feels like we have 1 NES, 2 NES, a disc-based game, possibly a Dreamcast. That's a Genesis, and possibly a Wii U or GameCube. All right, we'll do the disc stuff last. We'll do the cartridge stuff first. Starting off with our first NES game. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Super Spike V-Ball and World Cup. I may already have this one. I know I already have World Cup. I don't actually know that I have the 2-pack. Let's take a look at some gameplay from both of these games. This is a great 2-pack.
You guys know me, I do love sports games, and I'm very excited to get this 2-pack of Super Spike V-Ball and Nintendo World Cup on one cartridge. And I was both right and wrong, because I think I said it both ways during the video. I don't actually own this one, so good on VGM for not sending me a duplicate. I do appreciate that. But I am very, very excited to have this one, because you get 2 fantastic games on one card. Up first, Nintendo World Cup is brilliant. I love the Kunio-kun games. I love River City Ransom. I love the Kunio-kun ice hockey game that I scored on the Famicom at Warp Zone in Columbus last year. It's brilliant. And I love that that sports series just extended out and Nintendo adopted it to make it Nintendo World Cup. But you also get the brilliance that is Super Spike V-Ball, which is a perfect 8-bit rendition of beach volleyball. It's 2-on-2, the controls are great, it plays perfectly well. I love that there's a map, and I love that you start in Daytona, which is kind of like my old stomping grounds, being from Orlando. I think that's really cool. I do remember playing this as a kid and really enjoying it multiplayer, so I think that might be the best way to play this, is in a 2-player experience, but I'm not complaining single player either, because I think it's a really, really fun title. And hey, 2 games in 1, no complaints.
Stoked to have that. And I'll let you know at the end if I do actually have it. I don't think I do. I don't think I have that one now that I said that. I think I only have think I only have Super Dodgeball, or I think I only have World Cup. Next NES game, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Legend of Kage. Very cool. All right, this is one where I do prefer the arcade version of it, but it's kind of an accomplishment what they were able to achieve on the NES. So let's take a look now at some gameplay footage of Legend of Kage.
The Legend of Kage is one of those games that is inevitably average by today's standards, and I actually ranked it as a C when I did my title ranking video for NES games, but there is a certain charm and a certain level of just excellence that what this game does that I think kind of betrays that averageness, because it is, after all, a victim of its time. This is an almost 40-year-old game at this point. And what it was able to do and what it was able to capture based on limitations of the time is pretty remarkable. This feels like a classic kung fu movie in video game form. Your characters are flying all over the place. There's shuriken flying everywhere. You all have swords. It's amazing. Eventually, guys are throwing fireballs. It's really cool. It is an average game. It's still fun. It's still something that I'm excited to own. I haven't actually owned this one in years, but it's an average game ultimately at its best. It's definitely a C, but it's something that is exciting to have and is kind of one of those landmark titles that really showed what the NES and the Famicom were going to be capable of for a home console.
Absolute classic. Things are a little dingy on the cartridge, but you know what? It's a game from the 80s. I can't really complain too bad about that. It was definitely cleaned. It's not disgusting or anything like that. It's just a little bit dingy. All right, next up is Genesis, and I'm always excited to receive a Genesis game because Genesis is one of my top consoles of all time. All right, so let's find out what this is, and it's a short one, so this is good. It's not an EA game. 3, 2, 1. I haven't the foggiest idea what this is. Mercs! Cool! Very cool. All right, this is, if I remember correctly, this is a sequel to Commando. Awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, let's take a look at some gameplay of Mercs right now.
So let me tell you a story about my love of Commando. Commando was a game that I rented constantly as a kid. It was one of my immediate pickups when we went to the video store. And for some reason, despite my mom and stepdad saying, you rent this a lot, we can just buy it, I always said no, because for some reason it was just, in my mind, it was a rental. It was a rental game, and that's all it was. And then Bionic Commando happened, and I love Bionic Commando, and that one I did buy, but I never actually jumped from my love of Commando to playing Mercs. Now, I think I played it in the arcade. I believe it was an arcade game, but I never played the Genesis release until this one here. And man, do I get that this is that bridge between the original Commando and Wolf of the Battlefield Commando 3 on the Xbox Live Arcade. Because everything is upped a little bit, but it's still faithful to that core Commando experience. The combat is nearly identical. You have both the gun button and the grenade button. You're able to move in 360 degrees and shoot all around you. There's huge bosses and gigantic vehicles that you have to blow up. It's just so much fun. This is one of my favorite series of games, I guess, for lack of a better term, because they're just simple arcade fun. It is hard as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. This is an incredibly difficult game, but I am so excited to own this and to be able to play this finally. Like, I didn't realize there was a second Commando sequel, because I thought Bionic Commando was a sequel to Commando, but no, Mercs is. I didn't know that until a few weeks ago, and I'm just really, really excited to have this now.
I always like getting stuff for the Genesis because it's just fun. The Genesis is such a great console, and it's something that I truly love. Now we're going to feel in here. So this is a full-size disc. I think this might actually be a Dreamcast game, or it's a Wii U game in a standard CD case, which would be really disheartening. But all right, let's find out. 3, 2, 1. No idea, but it's definitely a Dreamcast game. 4x4 Evo with online multiplayer. So it's a racing game of some kind. Drive all the top SUVs and trucks by Chevy, GMC, Dodge, Jeep, Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, Lexus, Nissan, Infiniti, and Mitsubishi. Treat them like a rental. Terrible advice. Don't treat your rentals poorly. Let's take a look at 4x4 Evo and see how that is.
I would love to sit here and tell you that 4x4 Evolution on the Sega Dreamcast is a phenomenal hidden gem. A spectacular arcade racer that's just waiting to be discovered that everyone should play. And if I did that, I'd be lying to you, because boy howdy, this game is dull. It's slow, the physics are sluggish, the driving controls aren't spectacular, and the look of the game is pretty muddy in the grand scheme of things. I do expect more from a racing game on the Dreamcast. This is like my favorite era of racing games, especially arcade racing games. And I was kind of hoping this was going to be a little bit like a proto rallycross game, but no, it's just big trucks driving slow, and that's all you get. The overall design of the environments is good, like the level creation is pretty cool, but it doesn't do a great job explaining what needs to happen. Like, I didn't realize the first time I played that you had to make sure you hit all the gates, otherwise you weren't going to be counted for your lap. So I was just trudging along, following everyone. I missed a gate. By the time I completed the lap, I didn't complete the lap because I still had to go back and complete gate 3. And yeah, a little bit frustrating. Just not my kind of game, not something I'm probably going to play again.
It has been a minute since I got a Dreamcast game in one of these boxes. That's really cool. All right, now, let's check this out. This is a GameCube case. It's got the notch on it. All right, let's find out. I don't know what it is. I just looked to make sure I was holding up the front of it. 3, 2, 1. Hey, Spyro. Very cool. Enter the Dragonfly. Awesome. I have never played this version of Spyro. Let's take a look at this one right now.
I want to state for the record that we are a Spyro-loving house. We will accept no slander on Spyro's name. We love the original trilogy. We love the Skylanders games. And for the first time, I have played Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. And this game is a hot pile of garbage. This is legitimately one of the worst games I've ever played. Oh my god. The controls are terrible. The voice acting is annoying. The sound effects are awful. The look of the game, oh, that's pretty good actually. That's not too bad. But there are certain things in the game where I'm playing and I'm just like, this wasn't tested. This wasn't tested. This wasn't tested. And as a QA professional, as someone who worked in the game industry in QA, this drives me insane. Because this is the introductory level, and I shouldn't be running into bugs where Spyro's just walking around in a circle for 45 seconds, trying to initiate a conversation with an NPC. It should just happen. It should just happen. It should be a cutscene. It shouldn't be actively rendered. It's awful. It's awful. It's awful design. It's terrible. The gameplay isn't fun. It lacks all of the charm and any semblance of polish that the original trilogy had, which didn't have a lot, if I'm being honest, but this takes all of it and throws it out. Just buy the Reignited trilogy and play those, because this game is terrible.
And check this out.
Oh, hey, also notice as a bonus, got 2 more Mario stickers in the box too, so three stickers total on this one. Not bad. Always cool to get a GameCube game, especially when it's complete in box. Manual's a little beat up, and the case is a little bit warped, but that's okay. It is still complete in box. Very, very excited to have these games. Now, let's head over to price charting. I'll get everything totaled up, and I'll see if I made back my money this month. So, totaling everything up and made out well ahead this month. So I normally pay $55 with shipping, and this month my total box value is worth $64.67. Some very big ticket games this month. Mercs is worth almost $19. Same with 4x4 Evo being a complete in box game. And Spyro Enter the Dragonfly is worth $13 CIB for the GameCube. Love getting stuff like that in the collection, stuff that I've never played before, stuff I've never had an opportunity to try out, or like the NES games, just stuff that I always overlook at a convention. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite game is that I received this month. Let me know if you have any questions about the VGM service. I'll be happy to answer as best I can. I don't work for them. I don't know the ins and outs of the company, but I feel like I've been a subscriber now for over 3 years. I can probably answer a couple of things if you have any questions. Until next time, folks, I've been Jay. Appreciate, again, your patience with only one video this week. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.